Yeah, I'm at my mom's crib for the night.
Yeah. All right.
So I saw that. So I think Club Shay Shay is trying to be the best fucking podcaster now and shit.
So God.
So
What's wrong with these
he
people?
interviewed. So I was watching the Monique interview, and pretty much she talked about a lot of shit. So she pretty much talking about how Tiffany Haddish was dissing Monique and her husband, and Monique was like,
Oh no.
well maybe if you had a husband like mine, you wouldn't have all those DUIs and shit.
Wow.
I was like, you know what? She ain't lying. She said maybe if you had a husband like mine, you won't be caught up in a child molestation scandal. Mm. Then she talking about the whole Tyler Perry, what's her name, Oprah situation and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? She said that she admitted Tyler Perry lied on her ass and shit. Like the whole interview was just crazy as hell. I think 2024 is gonna be the year of exposing scalps at this point. You know. What's up, everybody in the chat? And Try got his mic muted. Also, she talked about the whole Taraji P Henson situation. I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, almost to the weekend, y'all. Almost to the weekend.
My bad.
Nah, you good. But you heard what I said.
Yeah. That shit's crazy.
Like, first of all, I'm still bad on. I'm not gonna call this nigga Shay Shay. I'm just gonna say Shannon Shark.
See, where you get that name from, man? Come on.
Shay Shay Shay.
Oh fuck. Shay Shay.
It's like Shay
You
Shay.
ain't going that slam with that name. Don't call me no Shay Shay. Fuck I look like.
But low key, I don't mind Shannon Sharp, but it's funny how you be like, oh come on, man. Ah.
Shay Shay.
What's next?
More Shay
You gonna
Shay.
y'all? What's next? Y'all gonna start calling try?
What? Don't call me that. They just can't even get my name right. Don't call me. Just call me Try or don't call me nothing at all. You know.
Also, Lil Jon is actually dropping a meditation album.
I heard about that.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yo, why is this shit so fucking man? Fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. That shit look
You
blurry. I
okay?
don't know why.
What looks blurry?
My screen looks blurry. You don't see it, or is it just me?
It's better now, from what I'm looking
It
at.
looked blurry before. I didn't understand why it looked like that though. Mike, what's good? Mike, what's up with the 4K, yo? What's good, Christian? What up? Keep your dreads, yo. I was telling Christian to keep his dreads. He was talking about cutting it off.
Oh no, keep that shit, boy.
Keep it, bro. Once it's gone forever. You don't want to cut your dreads off.
But at the same time, it's his decision too. So fuck it.
Anton was good. Keep that here, yo. Once you cut it, you're gonna regret cutting it. I'm telling you. Once I cut my braids off, I regret cutting my braids off, and that was it. It hasn't been the same since. Reg, I thought you and BJ would have been doing the vinyl challenge this year with us.
Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I
You got
don't
into
mind
that?
doing vinyl. I don't mind doing vinyl challenges. It just be a hassle trying to find certain albums and stuff like that.
But that's
And
the
the
whole
way,
challenge. That's why it's so great because you got to actually dig in your collection to see what if you could complete the challenge.
true. Mm,
Week
yeah.
two is gonna be good too. They just dropped week two.
Send me week two. I'll probably join for week two.
All right.
Cause I'd be so fucking lazy trying to find shit, you know. Cause it'd
Yeah,
be a
Antoine.
hassle trying to put my shit in alphabetical order.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
how you feel. You like it, right?
I can fuck with this.
Yeah, this is gonna be good.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I can see what I can do.
But it gotta be black artists though. For the
Okay.
whole month. It's gotta be black artists.
That's fine. Um. So next week I want to do a review on Blazing Saddles for the 50th anniversary.
Yes, you was telling me about that. I never saw that film. So I'm gonna check it out.
Um.
Hopefully it's on streaming.
Hold on. I think it's on Netflix. Hold
It's on
on.
Netflix.
Yeah, but I downloaded the movie on YouTube years ago, so but
No,
I know they
Reggie.
put it on.
Reggie wants to discuss shit that's not on streaming no more.
It's on Netflix and Prime and HBO
All
Max.
right. Okay. That's a western.
It's a Western satire by Mel Brooks,
Okay. So it's a
and
comedy.
yeah, co-written with Richard Pryor.
And Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill was good. We definitely need to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make that official yet because I wanted to either that one or Hoodlum.
Because
Actually,
Hoodlum was I ain't see Hoodlum
I
in
might do
years.
I might do both, but I'm gonna keep that under the wraps right now. Hold
I
on
didn't
one
see that
second.
in a minute. Yeah, I got to see Blazing Saddles. I never watched that one. Antoine said my favorite album by Erick Sermon's No Pressure. I feel like it's an underrated by Eric right next to Shady Business was it was okay. I like the sophomore album Business is Business. I think that was his best one.
Same.
And the album he did with what's their name, the Snow Goons. That was a good album too.
Yeah, Shady Business to me, I didn't like two things: the way he was rapping on that one, and the
Mhm.
production.
Right.
The production kind of had like a G Funk feel to it, and
Yeah.
yeah, I said that EPMD were like the pioneers of G Funk, but it was just like it was
Right.
too. It was like very inconsistent. I might have to do a review on that one day. The second album, like you said, was way better.
You said
Shout
G
out to
Funk.
AJ. He's
Right.
shit. Shout out to AJ. He said he's gonna watch us and shit.
AJ, what up?
Okay, I'm gonna start in about 5 minutes. I'm not really trying to stay on too
Chris-
long.
Christian said, "Have you heard of Players Magazine? It's a magazine based on the West
Yeah,
Coast.
yeah, I heard about players.
That was like the black Playboy magazine. I never seen it at any newsstands over here though.
I seen it on Instagram.
King Magazine
Mm,
and Eye Candy. That's what we had. That
I heard
was that
about
was
those two
our
too.
thing in 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Oh,
lot of
I
video
saw the Run
models
DMC.
were like on the covers of those.
Right. Wasn't Buffy the Body on one of them covers?
Yeah, Buffy the Body, Jessica. I said Jessica Rabbit. What's her name? The chick on the Joe Budden show. I forgot. What's her name again?
Shit, I forgot. I don't
Uh,
even watch Joe Budden.
Melissa Ford. Melissa Ford was on it. Yeah, I'm saying Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, I don't
That's
even
what they
watch
used to
Joe
call
Budden
her, though,
shit like
Jessica
that.
Rabbit.
shit. Let me see what she
Yeah.
looks like. Hold on. Let me see what she looks like. But I saw that Run DMC documentary yesterday. I was at work. Shit was pretty good, but
Um,
I have a
was it
few
good?
gripes about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They skipped over Tougher Than Leather, the album. Like they skipped over that, and I was kind of disappointed because
Why?
that's actually right. Why? Because they had Run's House, Mary May. They mentioned like songs, but they didn't talk about the process of the album like they did with all the other ones.
Mm.
They dedicated the majority of the third episode on Down with the King,
Mm.
which I'm sorry, I don't like that album. I'm sorry, I don't like that album. I'm gonna be real.
It wasn't great.
And it was just like they were just talking about the song. They weren't really talking about the album, but they spent like a good portion. I was just like, really? But for a documentary about Run DMC, I would give it a solid rating. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Would I ever do a review on it? I don't know yet, to be real with you.
You
But I
got
already
to.
did it all.
That's them and their
You said,
prom. That's them and their prom with me.
true, true. If I do, it's gonna be probably later on this month though, because I have like other stuff I have to do, like the family matters, and then I got some very great reviews for next week. Spoiler alert. Probably around Valentine's Day, I do plan on doing the Ralph Transvant solo album, the first one, because Ashley requested me to do that one years ago. So I'm gonna do that for Valentine's Day. Oh, whenever I get my work schedule.
Anton said I'm gonna go with no pressure on this one. And then Double or Nothing was fire too.
That's actually my
That was a
favorite
good
Erick
one.
Sermon.
That's your
Double or
favorite one?
Nothing. hmm
That was a good one.
To me, that is the production was really stood out. It had like a very nocturnal, late night feel. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, welcome, hostile, move on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, yo, that whole. I think I heard that album first. Then I heard
Mm-hmm.
No Pressure. I think
He had a
so.
couple of features. MC Light was on that one. He had Aaron Hall.
Yep.
Um, um, I think Redman was on that one too. Keith Murray.
Yeah.
I didn't like that album either though. Except for like two or three songs.
Which
Mm.
one? Which one?
Down with the King.
Yeah. That album was
Down with
so
the King.
overrated because that album's so overrated. Like niggas be calling that album a classic. I'm just like, really,
But it,
really. Like,
but like they were gone for like some time, and then like when they came back, they had a new look, and they found they were like I don't want to say born again. They had found Jesus, and that's
and,
why it was so big when it came out because it's like yo like they shaved their heads, they wearing the Tims, they had the crosses on.
and that's the thing right there. Like them being born again Christians, but y'all doing like this very close to gangster rap album. I was like, I don't know.
Mhm.
But like I said, I've never been a born again Christian, so
Right.
and
Yeah,
I don't want to disrespect like their process of it, but still,
they were collaborating with artists from that time like Tribe and EPMD, Onyx.
Pete Rock
So
and
it was a
Snow
big
Snow.
deal. But like when you actually hear the album was not good. Yeah,
Unpopular opinion, I'm not even a big fan of this one, but Back from Hell is a way better album than Down with the King.
that was dope. They had some joints
Cause,
on
Cause when I did a review on that years ago, I didn't really give that album. I said it was okay, but listening to it now,
there.
it's way better than it kind of way better than I expected. Like I wasn't really too keen on some of the New Jack Swing shit, but hearing Run, DMC, and even Jam Master Jay rapping too, I feel like Jay rapping kind of added a little boost in certain songs though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sticks. Federal Star did a live stream on YouTube last week, and they're planning an Onyx documentary. And he
Hmm.
said he's gonna mention when they worked with Run DMC on Down with the King.
An Onyx documentary. That's
Yeah,
interesting. See,
it's
that's
like
that's the
it's
one
gonna
that.
span their career and everything, and Jam Master Jay and all that.
Okay. Cool.
They need one though. They definitely need one.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna hold you when it comes to Onyx too. When people talk about the whole East Coast Renaissance, They always kind of leave off Onyx, even though I don't like the term East Coast Renaissance though, but they always leave out Onyx and shit.
Right.
Not saying that they're underrated, but I feel like they need more respect. I was listening to Lil Sean the other day, and Isn't Me or Dom Perignon and Milk Moon, Where's the Party? I used the same sample. I think that is the same sample. I forgot the name of
Mm-hmm.
that sample years ago, but all them East Coast cats was using the same sample at that time too. Like it's like five East Coast rappers that use that Patrice Russian Remind Me sample
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that too. Which I fuck with it. I fuck with the songs, bro. But still,
Did we do a review on Insomnia or no?
no.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good compilation too.
Yeah, I know. I know. I did a solo review on Double or Nothing years ago. So,
Right.
but yeah, I think do I have? I think I have that album. I have to double check actually.
I
But
don't have none of these. All of those are out of print.
yeah. But I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely day? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Tried in the building with me. How you doing?
Yeah. Chilling. Let's go. We should.
Excuse me. Light skinned Jordan. I gotta get his name right.
Yes. Yep.
I
Jordan mentality this year. That's what we doing.
so on this day in hip hop, Remy Ma dropped her first album. There's something about Remy based on a true story. She dropped it February 7th, 2006 on SRC Records, which was under Universal, which was on the Terror Squad, a 360 deal, but we'll talk about that. Um, Remy Ma, of course, being a member of the Terror Squad, being pretty much Big Pun's protege, the late great Big Pun. Which honestly, hold on. Actually, yesterday, well, February
Yeah.
7th was also the anniversary of his death too. So
Yeah.
it's
And
kind
Dilla.
of and Dilla too. It's kind of and Nujabes too.
Mm.
So it's kind of fitting that I kind of do this album. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I've never actually heard Remy Ma this album. I never heard this album before. So
It was good.
I it was good.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't get a lot of promotion. That's what she wanted in the first place, and that's
Oh, we
when
all
she and
know.
Fat Joe had that beef.
Yeah, we all know
You know,
why. Cause
they didn't release a lot of singles. I mean, the Neo joint they released, and I think it was conceded, but it was some bangers on there, and it just should have gotten more promotion.
yeah, because I know this album got pushed back a couple times too. Cause
Right.
no, she was hot off the success of the song Lean Back, which
Yeah.
I'm so fucking tired of that song.
And
Real
that's when they
shit.
should have put it out though, because that lean back was playing for months.
Yeah, the album was supposed to come out in 2005, but
Right.
no. And she had an issue with the label, so that's when she ended her relation with Fat Joe and Terror Squad. And of course, we all know that she went to prison for a good minute and stuff like that too. So you know what I'm saying. Um, so songs, I've heard the songs Conceited. I've heard that song before.
Mhm.
Lights, Camera, Action was pretty good too. Like I said, I've not heard this whole album, so Try Said is solid. I'm gonna take his
Yeah,
word
there was
for it.
supposed to be a video with Neo, right? And it never happened.
Yeah, man. Cause Fat Joe's too busy putting out whack albums. That's why. But yeah. So the album that we're gonna talk about today is Erick Sermon with No Pressure. This album came out in 1993, October 19th to be exact. You guys should know who Erick Sermon is. I've done reviews on every EPMD album except for We Mean Business. He has also produced for Redman, Keith Murray. We've talked about the Death Squad album, El Nino. I've done a review on Double or Nothing, so you guys should definitely know who Erick Sermon is. Singles album is known for Hitting Switches and Stay Real. Produced by Erick Sermon, who was the executive producer, Brent Tucker, Colin Wolf. Excuse me. This is actually released on Def Jam Records. I forgot to say it. And guest appearances include Joe Sinister, Keith Murray, Cam, Ice Cube, and Redman. So
Hostile
yeah,
was a
man.
single.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Hostile was a single. Thank you. So yeah. So for those who don't know, at this time EPMD, a year before this album came out, EPMD was literally on top of their game because around that time too they had dropped the Business Never Personal album, which that's a very dope album, very 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 dope. I call it a classic album. That has songs like Crossover, Headbanger.
Yeah.
You know, Redman had dropped What the Album. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Das Effects had a Dead Serious album too. You know what I'm saying? So they were pretty much on top of the game. But while they were working on the Business Never Personal album, Paris Smith, he actually got robbed. He had a house burglary, and it's been said that the burglar said that he was working for Erick Sermon and
Hmm.
everything like that too. So this caused a lot of tension within the duo, and they almost came to blows during the Headbanger video. Believe it or not, you know what I'm
Shit.
saying? Yeah, because if you really watch the Headbanger video, they weren't really filming next to each other. So they actually broke up in 1992. You know what I'm saying? Which, thank God that they're back together. Thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Was it 92 or
Um,
93?
they broke up in like late 92, 93 because
Right.
the source issue, there was a source issue that
I
said
had that
EPMD
one.
broke up. Yeah.
Yes, I had that one.
Hmm.
That's when we found out because we didn't have internet and all that. So it's like you read that issue and they're talking about the hit squad is broken up and you had artists going with PMD and artists going with Eric and that
Yeah.
was that was crazy.
It was like a hip hop divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
cause you
again,
know,
we didn't take sides because it was like I fuck with That's the Flex, I fuck with Keith and Red, and I just wish they had came back together. But I loved both, like all of the artists, and it was just a shame that they split up or whatever.
right. Yeah, it was a shame at that time. And you know, Perry Smith, you know, he took Das Effects with him. Who else did he? He had other people like the group Illegal. He took them with him
Hmm.
too.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he had dropped
Aguilar,
who?
Aguilar,
Aguilar. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He had gotten a deal, I think, with the RCA. He had dropped the Shade Business album in 1994, which, like we talked about earlier, I was not a fan of it. Try was not a fan of it too. It had some joints, but it was just to me
It,
the production and his
it's
flow was not
okay.
really good.
It's not a whack album. It's okay, but Business is his best album to me.
Right, and it's crazy too because he did his best rapping on Business as Usual and Business Never Personal. That's the crazy thing because I
Right.
felt like he was the MVP on a lot of those tracks, especially when EPMD had no more faster tempo kind of songs. Because I felt like with the slower songs, like Please Listen to My Demo,
Hmm.
um, So What You're Saying, Eric Sermon shine on those tracks. But then when you have songs like Play the Next Man, Funky Piano, love that
Right.
record by the way. Paris Smith killed that shit. You know what I'm saying? I
See,
felt like,
K Solo,
oh,
I
I
don't
forgot
remember
about.
him taking any side because he like when they broke up, he didn't come out with it. Like he had this was like after
He
like
was in
Time's Up.
prison.
He was in prison, right? So
Yeah,
he didn't take nobody's side. I mean, I'm pretty sure he would have took Eric's side. You know what I'm saying? Because Eric did Time's Up, most of the production on that second album. You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah.
that I'm like I'm trying to remember. I'm like I don't remember K Solo taking anybody's side in it.
We gotta show some love to Hey Solo though. We
Yes,
got to. We
definitely.
gotta do a double album on them.
I would love to have him on here. That's what we could ask him.
But well, you know,
I would love for him to like come on the live stream. That's so we could ask him about that era.
right?
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't see him do like podcasts and stuff. So
Yeah, man. I can't speak for K Solo, but sometimes some of these motherfuckers you try to hit them up for
yeah,
podcasts, they act like they too good for some podcasts and shit. That's
that
all I'm gonna
that's
say.
part. Yeah.
But then they will go to another podcast, expose motherfuckers and shit like that too. Like, like you know what I'm saying. But as for Eric Sermon, he had gotten a deal with Def Jam Records, and he was like, this was the beginning of him being like the on the go producer because he was doing remixes at that time too, like Jodeci's Fiendin' remix. He did that with I fucking love that remix,
Hmm.
and of course he was working closely with the Hit Squad. I mean, excuse me, the Def Squad. And around this time too, you also had another rising MC that he was working closely with by the name of Keith Murray, which this album was actually Keith Murray's first appearance on Wax. We'll talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? So this is the album cover right here. Definitely, Eric Sermon, just chilling and stuff like that too. This is so. here. I got the production credits. Yep.
Was that his name? The dude that had the Under the Sun. I remember that Under the Sun track. And in the video he had like the hockey jersey on, and he looked like a straight red man wannabe.
Who you talking about?
There was an artist named Joe Sinister. He had a song called Under the Sun, and this is like '90s, like maybe '93, '94, and he looked like Redman, like he sounded like Redman. And then you had the other dude, Human Wreck. He was like
Yeah.
another Redman wannabe.
Yeah, Redman threw shots at them on There's a Dark Side and shit.
Okay.
He's talking about motherfuckers that sound like me. I forgot the song though, but he threw shots at them.
He said we need to react to the video. I don't know if Reg never saw the video, right? Do they even have it on YouTube? That
Possibly
video is
not.
old. That,
You'll
I
you'll
don't,
find anything on either YouTube or
yeah,
Daily Motion, but um, I'll put that on the list because I'm not really trying to fuck the copyright up on this review low key.
right.
But if I do a reaction, it'll probably be like a pre-recorded shit, you know. Just send it to me on Instagram and I'll save it. All right. So, and you already sent it. Okay, thank you. All right. So, excuse me. Let me check something out. So pretty much, my version has 16 tracks, but I'm also gonna just talk about the 17 track version with the bonus track because I love that song. And we're gonna get to track number one with the intro. It's pretty much just paparazzi asking Erick Sermon, what's he gonna do next after EPMD broke up. You know what I'm saying? And then Erick Sermon just leads to the song. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to it.
Yeah, I like the way it started with the paparazzi, and you got the cameras and the crowd and people asking Eric, the millions of fans over the years that he had, how you gonna pay us back, and the fans wanted to know what was going on. Like y'all, the group split up, and people were taking their sides, and we wanted to know, well, what is Eric Sermon gonna do? Like, is he gonna just produce? We didn't know he was dropping the solo album, and I didn't know that until I saw
Hmm.
the video for Stay Real, and that's when I used to see the ads in the Source magazine. He got no pressure coming out. I'm like, you dropping a solo album, so this is for real. Then it's not, some, we had a disagreement, and we got back together. Like this is like a real breakup, and they went their separate ways and were dropping solo albums. So that's how I found out about he was coming out with an album. So,
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, this was before social media and shit.
yeah,
And it leads us into track number two, which is Payback 2. Um, this is the sequel song to the song from Unfinished Business. Speaking of Unfinished Business, I did like the callback to Please Listen to My Demo from that album, which is actually my favorite song on that album, believe it or not.
yeah,
Very, very, very dope track. I feel like with this song, it set the whole tone, not just for the album, but just for Erick Sermon's production around this time too.
yeah.
Very bass heavy, that Jeep music and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? It's like a mixture of boom bap, a little bit of G funk, but at the same time a lot of Miami, like not Miami bass, but just a lot of bass in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was
definitely.
great. This was dope. Definitely loved the beat for this. The bass line was hitting. You had Eric saying, check the memo. Remember you listened to my demo? You had the one about the fucking limo. Just fire. Just right off the gate. We getting E double at his finest. The production was hitting the hard beats and the bass lines, the funkadelic samples. I loved it.
Definitely. Christian said that he realized the hockey jersey that he was wearing, that Joe Sinister was wearing, was a Fat Farm jersey, and it's extremely
Yeah.
rare to find.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
when Fat Form was like big in fashion world.
right. He said you also had to be Indiana Jones to find Fat Farm gear pre 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I'm familiar with Fat Farm. I'm not. I don't really know too much about them, but I'm
Mhm.
familiar with it.
I mean, Russell was trying to have like the black Ralph Lauren label, like the sweaters, the argyle sweaters, the button ups, the khakis. the leather
Right.
jackets. Like that was huge in the '90s. We had a specialty store in Manhattan for it, and it was big.
Definitely. I track number three, Stay Real. Love love this record right here. You know what I'm saying? This record is pretty much his debut. No, no, not his, this is the second single off the album. What I got from this record was like him trying to remind people like who the fuck he is and stuff like that too. It's very braggadocio and whatnot. Yeah, this one right here was very dope. I love it.
This was banging. Like I loved the black and white video for this, and just the beat was knocking. You know, I think he had relocated to Atlanta at that time, so you see like in the video he's like
Oh
in a
yeah.
Atlanta like car shop, and it was fire, man. This was really the first single. Hitting switches was like from Who's the Man, so they just added that on later. But this was like really like the first single from this album. And this shit was playing everywhere. The radio was playing this. Everybody, people passing in cars was playing this. We were ready.
Right. Yeah, this was definitely a hot joint right here. All right, next track we got is "I'ma Gets Mine." Um, this one right here was another cool track. I love the way and the beat how he threw in that Aretha Franklin sample, which he also used in Strictly Business, but he just used like the vocal part. I'm not gonna tell you which Aretha Franklin sample it is. Yeah, I feel like y'all should look for it, but it definitely added something to the track. So yeah, this one right here is a very dope track. I love the line where he says, $1 million man, but I'm not bionic. Eric Sermon, a name you know, so you don't front, kid. ED rock the mic and roll the blunt, you dig? Goals to get naughty by nature and blow up when girls blow up my sky pager. Like,
Mm,
fucking sick.
this was banging. Again, another dope beat. I love the horn um uh sounds in it as well. The bass line. That's the dope track.
Yeah, definitely a dope track. Alright, next track we got is Hostile featuring Keith Murray. Like I mentioned before, this is actually Keith Murray's first appearance on Wax. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a very, very, very dope track. You know, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he got a hip hop quotable for this track. I want to
Really,
say, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I love the line where he says, "The most beautifulest thing in this world is my notion for murderous poetry in motion, and the
mm.
idiotic shit I come across from a leash you're trapped in with explosive force." You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Keith was just already letting motherfuckers ready and stuff. So I like this one.
I didn't know what to make of Keith Murray when I first heard him on this. You know what I'm saying? Because he was different. He didn't sound like nobody else. And I
Right.
think it wasn't until when he came out with his own song, when he came out with the most beautiful thing in the world, and I was like, yo, this dude is dope. Like his wordplay is just different. You know what I'm saying? And you know, at that time it was like, we had Nas dropping '94 with Illmatic, and I thought he was the illest out. And saying, and then Keith drops his joint, and it was just like an era of like dope spitters that were just they had they own unique sound, and they wasn't trying to be like everybody else, and they were like at that time not for the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? And that those are the MCs we were fucking like Nas, Keith, Biggie, Corrupt. You know what I'm saying? Like just some dope ass spitters. You know what I mean? And he definitely killed his joint. You know what I'm saying? Like the beat was fire. He said, "Ooh, I might lose my cool and break fool and pull out my get busy tool." And then when you see him in the video, he got like the stocking cap over his face, and he got the hoodie on, and it was just dope, man. Like that's definitely a banger.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with you. And yeah, I like how you say you didn't know what to think of Keith Murray and stuff like that because he definitely had a very
Let me
unorthodox
let
style
me
too.
ask you something. I saw a post yesterday, and it was like a hip hop page on Instagram where they do these posts, and they pick out like a certain artist, a certain MC, and they'll say, is he a Hall of Famer? Is he an All Star? Is he a role player? What is Keith Murray to you? Is he a Hall of Famer? because
Um,
I said I looked at him like he is a role player in Eric Sherman's career solo wise and with Def Squad. I don't feel like he's a Hall of Famer.
yeah, I don't feel like he's a Hall of Famer either. To me, he's definitely an icon. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? From that era because he didn't sound like everybody else, and like his vocabulary was very unique, and it definitely broke down barriers for other MCs with expensive vocabularies like ASAP Rock. But as far as like legend or Hall of Famer, with all due respect to Keith Murray, I wouldn't really go as far as call him a
He's
legend.
dope, and I saw people like arguing in the comments like, oh, like one person said, oh, Keith had his moment, it was dope, but he's not considered a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many
Well,
classics do he have? Like,
two.
he has two.
Yes, It's a Beautiful Thing in the World and Enigma.
Right.
Those are his
Okay.
two classics.
Okay.
Um, it, the one from '99, It's a Beautiful Thing,
Hmm.
great album. I
That was
would
great.
not call that a classic. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call it a classic.
Right.
But anything after that was not good. I didn't
It
care
wasn't good.
for
Right. The Def
the.
Jam album.
No, I didn't care. I didn't care for. Raphophobia was okay, but the
Hmm.
production was not that good in my
I didn't
opinion.
even listen to that.
Yeah, I just felt like he had a spark, but he had his issues, and that kind of played a part in the shit too. People
And
forget
then
about that.
the unofficial verses he had with Federal Star, but I was picking Keith to beat him. How do you? He fucked up royally in that verses. I don't know what happened. They said
Oh, that
he was
that
on
freestyle
drugs.
battle.
Yeah, he was on pills or some shit like that, and
Yeah.
he messed up in that one. I was like, yo, this is tough. There's no way in hell should Federal Star be beating you lyrically.
Now
You
wait
know
a
what I'm
minute.
saying?
Now Federal
He
Federal has
dope.
some heat.
He
Don't
dope. Now,
don't
now
underestimate
if we
Federal.
go record for record, I probably would pick Onyx, but lyrically, I think Keith is better than him. And Keith
Oh
just,
yeah.
I don't know what the hell he was on, but he just messed up that whole battle.
Oh yeah, man. I remember when I first saw that shit and stuff like that too. I didn't know which battle was worse, that one or the Cannabis versus Disaster battle.
I didn't even see that one.
Bro,
I didn't see
when
that
when
one.
when Cannabis pulled out his notepad in a
I heard
freestyle
about
battle,
that. That's the one he was reciting the lines from his notebook. I heard about that.
yeah,
Yeah, can't do that.
I was like, and this who y'all call the best
I've
rapper?
seen people back in the Smack DVD days when they used to have what's his name T Rex battle Uncasa from Dipset, and T Rex already knew like his crew already knew what he was gonna say. So you already come into the battle against a Dipset member, and even Casa called him out like, "Yo, how come your crew know everything that you're saying if it's a freestyle?"
Right,
You know what I'm saying? And he lost the battle. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do that when you freestyle a battle.
you're right about that, boss. Yeah, man. Next song is "Do It Up." "Do It Up" was okay. It was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat. The beat was very dope. Love the bass to it, and the chorus was very catchy.
Yeah,
So I'll give it that.
this was banging. Like the beat was fire, bass line. Eric just sounded dope on this beat.
Cool. Yes, yeah, the mixing on this album too was very cool. Like I gotta give the mixing that.
Yeah.
Now, track number 7, possibly my favorite track on this album, "Safe Sex." Man, this was a very, very, very dope track in my opinion. Self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying? Him promoting like safe sex. This is kind of different from the Easy E "Give Me That Nut" track. Give me that that nut. Let me stop. Let me stop. It's kind of different though. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat to it too. You know what I'm saying? It was very ill and everything. So yeah, I mean, it uses the James Brown "Big Payback" sample, which at that point has been used like the 2000s time in
Hmm.
hip hop songs at that point. You know what I'm saying? But Erick Sermon is a wonderful kind producer, so yeah. He has some lines I want to quote. He says, "Ding dong, there goes the bell. I opened up the door, and what the hell? It was a bunch of niggas standing by my door. I said, come in, but respect my floor. That means take off your shoes in English, because I'm a gentleman. Some say distinguished." One thing about Eric Sermon, I'm not gonna hold you. He will say a very weird line, but then he'll throw it up with a very catchy. Like he's a very, very, very interesting lyricist. Oh, side topic. I forgot to mention. Thank you for reminding me, Christian. Rest in peace, Henry Fambro. He was a last surviving original member of the Spinners. Rest in peace to
Wow,
him. Glad he was alive to see the Spinners being inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when half the members were already gone by that point. But yeah, I gotta say that shit.
that's crazy. Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Christian.
You know, Eric Sherman probably used this big payback sample like at least 100 times.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? For like different tracks, even there's probably unreleased tracks that he have that same sample. But even every time I hear the beat, it still sounds fire.
Hell,
You know what I'm
Marley
saying?
Marl too.
Yeah, it still sounds fire.
Right.
He raps about being protected when you have sex, and you got Deborah Killings was singing on this, the female singing on this track, and I believe she was a part of Society of Soul, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
she was the lead vocalist of that group. You know, and he's saying he says stuff like age is real, something to believe and not make believe or fake, like hair weave, the death wish like Charles Bronson, and if you don't believe me, ask Magic Johnson. At that time, Magic came out. He had to retire because he had the virus, and that was a major thing for sports, and this was a dope song. I feel like this should have been a single. Was it a single or no?
Yeah, this was a single.
I never seen no video for it, but this was dope just to have him.
Oh wait,
It wasn't a single.
no, it wasn't a single. I got it mistaken for Stay Real. My fault.
I think it should have been a single just to show like a different side of Eric, like he's talking about like a serious message, and I think it was fire. Definitely a classic record.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right, next track is Hitting Switches. This was on the Who's the Man soundtrack, which I also have in my collection too. Very, very, very cool song. I love the beat to this one. Again, Eric Sermon definitely doing his thing on this one. Braggadocious lyrics. What more can I say?
Yeah, this was banging. You got the dude Colorado from Shades of Lingo. He's on the intro of it. He's in the video with Eric as well. And again, it's like another banging track from the Who's the Man soundtrack. You had Eric saying, I'm funky like atomic dog. Boy, you can't see me. I'm thicker than fog. Just a fire drink, man. I loved it.
Definitely. Track number 9 is intro number 2. This is pretty much the same as the first one. It's pretty much the reporter asking Mr. Tillman about what he thinks he can do to sell records and whatnot too, and then all of a sudden that's when you get to the next song and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I don't know if we needed another intro. We already had one.
Right.
If anything, maybe an interlude or something with like an unreleased beat, but I don't think we needed another intro.
Yeah, definitely. Which brings us to the next song, which is Eric Sermon. Now, you guys know I never liked when artists name songs after their own names. I never liked that shit. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the song goes, I feel like it was pretty decent. Wasn't
hmm
really one of my favorites on this record, but it was alright.
That was like his calling card, like that was like his when you hear a track from Eric, and if he's on it, he's like, hey,
Hey,
Eric,
Eric
son.
Sam,
And
man.
that was the chorus right there. So like after this, it became a thing for him to do that on other songs. You know what I'm saying? And the beat was fire. He said, smoking up the hardcore scene. When I be rapping, I be blacking. I make things happen. Got my nuts because they golden with more wins than Hulk Hogan. I loved it. This was fire.
Yeah, definitely a fire fire track. Alright, next track we got is The Hype. The Hype, this one right here was pretty cool too. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's not really one of my favorites joints on this record. You know what I'm saying? But I felt it was just pretty decent.
And he raps about like getting with a chick, and like the guys singing on it. It sounded like Jodeci, but I know it's not them, right? It's not them, right?
No,
Okay, they sound like Jodeci, like early Jodeci. But this was like again, like the beat was banging.
definitely.
Oh, there's a
I
music video for Safe Sex. I never seen it. Send me the link for that. I never saw the video for that.
yeah, I never seen the video for that either. Next track is a Lil Crazy featuring Shaz of Lingo. This one right here was like a cipher joint. Very, very, very dope track. I love this filtered beat that Eric Sermon did on this track right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about Shaz of Lingo. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, this one right here was pretty dope. Not really mad about this track.
They had an album out in the '90s. Eric Sermon, I believe he produced the whole album for them, but they were from down south. But it got heavily slept on. I remember seeing their video on Rap City back in the day. I never did buy the album though, but it's probably hard to find now. But I don't know what happened to them after the first album. So, but I thought they were like they definitely killed this beat. I love the beat on it and the horns on it, the bass line. They did their thing.
Definitely. All right, next song we got is the Ill Shit featuring Cam and Ice Cube. Love this record right here. You know what I'm saying? A little trivia though.
Mm,
Q had always wanted to work with Eric Sermon, and Sermon was one of the original producers that Cube wanted for America's Most Wanted. Believe it
oh
or
wow.
not. So yeah, I like this song. Don't get me wrong, but I can definitely tell that Eric Sermon definitely was. How can I put this? He definitely was. His verse was more serious, and like trying to like compete with Cam and Cube. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because that's a rapper we have to talk about. Cam, we gotta talk about Cam in the
Definitely
future.
slept on.
Yeah,
Definitely.
very slept on. Because around this time he had dropped that Never Again album, which I feel like is a very underrated
Hmm.
album. But
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of the Made in America album from 1995. To
Yeah.
keep it a buck with you, you know what I'm saying? That album was very fire. I love the production of that one. You know, but yeah, because Eric Sermon has some lines like, right now I'm about the courageous like the cat, got the gat in the corner of my back, so get my bows at. America's dream the people chose pick. I flip more vowels than Pat Sajak's white bitch. I'm bad ass Michael Jackson's dad about the E double, the Mac frame, the black Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can
Hmm.
definitely tell like you would definitely trying to compete with the motherfuckers at the West Coast. But really though, I gotta give it to Cube. Cube definitely had the best verse, in
Yeah.
my personal opinion. Like,
I agree.
I love the line when he says, "Mash to the West Side, still got the deuce deuce, cause some niggas don't believe in the gang truce. Heard some new shit. What's this? EPMD's out of business. God damn it, can't leave my dog stranded. Who the green eyed bandit? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, this is classic Cube right here. Like, this is like lethal injection Cube. Like he was definitely still in a good place. Cam did his thing too. Don't get me wrong. I love the line when he says, "Little devils don't go to heaven." 187 on a saltine cracker. Like I love that line and shit. So yeah,
Hmm.
pretty dope track.
This is dope, and I always wondered why Cube should have worked with Eric Sermon more. You know what I'm saying? Because he already had that West Coast flavor.
Right.
With like from the early EPMD stuff, and then you know he had the street joints. The hardcore joints, and if you any of those Ice Cube albums, like Death Certificate, America's Most Wanted, um, The Predator, Lethal Injection. I think some Eric Sermon would have fit right in on that
I
production, and,
agree.
and it was dope. And I think Cam and Cube had the best verses. When Cube was saying, "Well, hello again, throwing up the W." Ice Cube and I'm down with the E double crew, and Cam did his thing, and again, like Eric used like another Parliament, sample, and this was fire. This was dope.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Um, Next track we got is "Swing It Over Here" featuring Keith Murray and Redman. This is actually my second favorite track on this album. To be real with you, with this being Keith Murray's first appearance on Wax's album, we can pretty much call this like the first Def Squad song. To keep it real with you, you know what I'm saying? Love the beat to this one. I felt like Redman had the best verse. You know what I'm saying? He said the funk that I was stretching out my lungs. Funkadelic sums up. I clear the mucus, stick tissue up my nose to stop the snot from making spots. To be or not, I still give niggas polka dots for plots. Now Richard Dawson had a survey saying that I was awesome. Throw on your Walkmans while I pour the funk sauce in your coffins. Oh my
Mm,
god,
mm,
fire, fire track. This Redman was definitely catching bodies on that track though. Love it,
yeah.
love it.
I will say this about Redman. Even with like the not so good albums, he always remained lyrical. Like he always stayed on point lyrically. Like he never fell off lyrically to me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Like from his first album all the way to now, like he's maintained his lyrical blade has always been sharp. He's never fell off. I never heard like a bad Redman like bar. Like he's always been lyrical. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Even
You're
if he did like collabs, he's done R&B collabs, he's done all type of collabs. He always remained lyrical. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
he definitely killed his joint. Like he was dope. Keith Murray was fire. I like the line he said, switching my styles up like a transvestite. I put my head through your chest just to see who's next in line, just to get wrecked. The beat was fire. Like this was dope.
Definitely.
Salute to John
Wow.
Dixon. John Dixon said Eric made the headbanging beat for Cube, but they kept it.
I never knew that. Wow.
I didn't know that. Headbanging for Cube. That would be crazy.
If that's the case, that song
Wow.
would have easily fit the Predator album.
Yeah.
Easily.
Wow.
That is crazy. Yo, shout out to John Dixon for that, yo. Shout out. What's up, Q? How you doing? Alright. Antoine says, swing over here is my shit. Eric and Keith did their thing, but Redman take over this track with justice. Redman spazzed out on this one.
Yeah, he
It was
did.
like a precursor to the Dance the Dark Side sound. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he was mentioning the
Lyrically,
Funkadelic and all that.
lyrically, he was great on there. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
It's the production I had an issue with.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just speaking for myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, you said just got done taking a long nap. I feel it, bro. I feel it. Shit. Track number 15 is the interview. You know what I'm saying? This is another interview on this track. I feel like it really wasn't needed.
This really should have been the intro. When the interview was asking them about the $1 million contract with Def Jam, and then the mansion he had in Atlanta, he asking him about like what projects are you like currently working on. That should have been the intro, really. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Not the whole paparazzi. 'Cause that's not EPMD. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like this skit should have been the intro, where you coming off of a breakup from a legendary group like EPMD, and the hit squad is no longer a thing no more. You have artists taking sides. That's the type of questions that he should have been asked from in the intro. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't get that. Instead, we got like three different skits that's not needed.
I definitely agree with you about that. So Christian, he gave me some trivia about this album. He said the guy singing on the song "The Hype" is actually Troy Hightower. He's a guy
Oh
from the Bomb Bomb Z song from Keith Murray's first album.
man,
And he also gave me some tidbits about he said, and this he messaged me on IG by the way. So he said, sorry I missed the Grand Prix 2000 review. He said the girl singing on the it's actually Mary J. Blige sample from her first album. Yeah, I think we mentioned that track, but yeah, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. You know, appreciate that. Um, Track number 16, All in the Mind, featuring Soup. Soup uh, is another one of them. I think Eric Sermon's little proteges and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And I think Keith Murray's also on this track too, but they didn't really credit Keith. This is a very dope track in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Love the beat to it. It has a very spacey but still funky and dirty if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was pretty hot.
This is dope. Definitely good. What's the guy name? Soup. Soup was
Yeah.
he was dope. He was dope. I liked his lines. The beat was fire. Another banger.
Yes. Now, I'm kind of mad that my vinyl don't have this song, but I'm gonna still mention it though, because this is actually one of my favorite tracks on this album, "Female Species."
Mm,
Yo,
this is
love
good.
this record. This is why I might have to get the CD for it,
So
just for
hold up.
this.
So Antoine said this on the cassette. So they were doing that shit when they would put like a bonus track on the CD and cassette only, and not the
Yeah,
vinyl. That
yeah.
because like at that time people wasn't really buying vinyl like that no more. So is it on the CD?
See, now everyone's buying vinyl now and shit.
Yeah, now they buying it again. So
I
we
think
might
it's
need
on
to
the
get an issue
CD.
this. It's on the CD. Okay,
Yeah, because I heard this song on Spotify, so that definitely,
right.
yeah. But yeah, this one right here though is one of my favorite Eric Sermon songs he's ever done, and I kind of personally feel like this beat and this song was a precursor to the style of Double or Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't even sound like a '93 beat. It definitely had
Right.
like a '95, '96 kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he's not talking about anything groundbreaking. He's just talking about a few females that he met. You know what I'm saying? While he's out clubbing and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope song. And a little trivia I forgot to mention. This is actually the only song on this album where he has a co-production credit. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because Brent Tucker he actually produced this beat right here too. You know what I'm saying? And also I forgot to mention too, Colin Wolf co-produced All in the Mind too. So yeah, very, 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 very great track. I wish this was on the vinyl version, but oh well.
Yeah, and it's a storytelling track. 'Cause he's telling a story about how he got with them chicks, and it's him and his peoples, and I loved it. I thought the beat was fire, and just the storytelling by Eric Sermon, which we don't hear enough of from him,
Right,
and it was dope. It's a great way to end the album. Though.
definitely.
$500 for Vagina Diner? Holy shit,
I've seen that for 300 too. That's crazy.
that's crazy.
That's why the closest I ever have to the album is this T-shirt.
Well, if that album is that expensive, what about the Octopus EP? How much is that?
I've never actually seen it, but
I actually have it, but I never priced it online to see how much it is. Like, I know I can not really doing music anymore, right?
nah, you. I think you
So
retired.
that's crazy.
Yeah, we have to talk about Vagina Diner though, because
Yeah,
that's Large Professor's best work in my opinion.
yeah, that was fire.
Like this is why I tell motherfuckers like Large Professor, he just got better and better
Hmm.
and stuff like that. Like once he left Main Source, he was just like he did that, and then he did Illmatic and he did some shit
Hmm.
on Illmatic, and the rest is history. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
Akinelli's album,
Yes.
you know,
Meanwhile, Main Source dropped that
Tragedy.
whack ass. Oh yes. Main Source dropped that whack ass "Fuck What You Think" album and shit.
I never heard that one. The second one,
It was okay, but they
okay.
were trying to go for that death. It had that death row syndrome. They went more gangster
Oh
with it.
God. And then they
Yeah,
got like another album, The Science, that just came out on vinyl.
I haven't heard that one, but I
Was
think
that the unreleased album or
come to think of it, "Fuck What You Think" actually was shelved though. Hold on,
okay? So
let me
what?
double
So The Science is what? Is that the official sophomore?
let me double check. Hold on. But while I'm doing that, this album right here, very, very, very great album in my opinion. Personally, um, it does have some filler like
Mm-hmm.
towards like the second half. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it was more strong on the first half, but production wise, made up for it. I feel like he definitely held his own. You know, after the break with Paris Smith, the guest experiences was very great too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give this album a 4 out of 5. I feel like this is a
Now,
very great album.
mm,
Um, would I call this album a classic? Um, I would say it's an arguable classic. I would say it's an arguable classic because I'm more of a fan of Double or Nothing. I
right,
personally say Double or Nothing more of a personal classic to me.
right.
But at the same time, too, this album is definitely one of the strongest efforts in 1993 hip hop.
I'm gonna be biased and say it's a classic because I love Eric Sermon. I think
Okay.
he's always been one of my favorite producers all time, and just the stuff he's done in different genres and never shortchanging himself and staying within a box. And I think it was. I don't think there's a bad song on this album. I think every album was hitting. The production, you know what you're gonna get with Eric. He had some collabs, but it wasn't a lot. Like he could basically held down the album on his own. And joints like Stay Real and Hostile and Safe Sex, the ill shit, like they all were fire. Like for me, now like maybe the latter albums, like Chill Town, I didn't really care for that, but it's been years since I heard that one.
I
Um,
love Chilltown.
you like that one? I gotta hear that again.
Honestly, I don't dislike any Eric Sermon. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, most of his albums, even the ones that didn't get a lot of promotion, like I was on the Eric Nasty Street team for that album, and I promoted the shit out of it, but it still is one of those albums where a lot of kids might have slept on it or they don't remember the songs that from that album. You know, yeah, the Insomnia compilation was fire. You know, so to me, he's always had a great discography, like solo wise and with EPMD, and I'm gonna be biased, and I think it's a classic because I just love Eric Sermon and I love his production and just the stuff that he's done over the past like 3 decades in hip hop for different artists and for himself. So
Okay. And I was gonna talk about the main source album. So, the Science was originally an unreleased album that was supposed to have came out,
right,
but Large Professor left and whatnot too after falling out with the members, which we all know falling out with Mikey D and K Cut because
mm,
they were brothers, and their moms was the manager and stuff
yeah,
like that too, and she would always interfere with the process, and
hmm
Large P didn't really fuck with that shit, so he left. So that's when they got another member. What's the motherfucker's name?
Mike
Um,
Zoo,
yeah, Mike. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, Sir Scratch and K Cut. He had a phone out with it. Mikey D. He was a new member. I got that mixed up.
Mikey D,
And
yeah,
little trivia.
uh,
Guess what rap group got their first appearance on Wax on that album?
the Locks,
Yep. But they were known
yeah.
as the
I
Warlocks.
think he mentioned that on the Talib podcast when he was on here
Yeah.
because the two brothers actually called him to do a reunion and he said, "Nah, I'm good."
Right.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. And it's kind of crazy too because, like I said, I know a lot of people love the Breaking Adams album. Oh, by the way, "Fuck What You Think" actually was re-released in 1999, but it didn't really get that much fanfare because, like I said, it had that Death Row Syndrome. They went more gangster with that album and stuff like that. First of all, the album's called "Fuck What You Think." First of all, you know what I'm saying. Also, too, I know a lot of people love Breaking Adams and they call that album a hip hop classic, but I'm gonna be real with you. Main Source was carrying that group. I'm gonna be real. Like,
What you mean?
I feel like the other members were whack.
You feel like
You
Lost
know?
Professor was carrying.
Yeah, yeah. It was just he was carrying the group.
Well, we know that. I mean, the other two wasn't rapping, so
You said what?
the other two brothers wasn't rapping. It was just Lost Professor.
I know, but it's not like they were the best DJs either, like that. You know,
That was all for
like
show. That's all for show. That's all I heard.
right. Hell, you never know. Maybe Large Professor was doing a DJing too. You never know.
Why do you need two DJs anyway? And Lost Professor is a DJ, so why do you have three DJs in one group? Why do you need
Right.
two DJs? That don't make sense.
But yeah, man. Looking at the front door. Let me tell you something about that song right there. Let me tell you.
That was my joint.
Yeah. The same way how that's actually a rapper being vulnerable on the mic without actually being a pussy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that song is pure poetry, in my opinion.
Right.
Snake Eyes. He just Eric B on that song,
Mhm.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
Friendly game of baseball, talking about
hmm
racism.
hmm
And of course, live at the barbecue, which
Yes.
I got another hot take. I got another hot
Oh,
take.
you didn't like it?
No, I love it,
Oh,
but I felt like Nas and Large Professor had the best verses. I didn't really care for Akinele and Joe Vade on that one.
I don't think that's much of a hot take though. I mean, a lot of people will
Oh,
say that.
okay, okay.
Now, if you
Cause
said
you,
some shit like Nas was whack on that, I've never
oh
heard that.
no, oh no.
You
If
know,
you ever say that, you lost your hip hop card for that.
yeah,
Cause if a motherfucker says a line, snuffing Jesus, come on now.
yeah. We gonna do the video reaction on another live stream.
Yeah, pre-record. I'm gonna pre-record that. Don't worry, everything is gonna come in place. Don't worry.
So apparently, okay. So faking the funk is on the science, and Lost Professor is on that one. He's on that song.
That's my favorite main
Yeah.
source song. Ba 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 ba. That oh my god. I love the Yo MTV Raps performance of that track too.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy?
Mm.
Now I want to see. Now I want to hear that Science
You
album
want to hear that?
now.
Yeah,
You know
they
what?
released it on vinyl on Get On Down last year.
You know what?
So it's on here like colored vinyl.
Text me, just text me main source on Instagram so I can remember.
Okay.
Cause like I said, I already have some shit down for next week, but I think
Mm.
next week might be one of those jam-packed reviews. But I don't know. I gotta see my work schedule first. Cause now I'm in a main source kind of vibe. Now I want to hear this Science album.
I still ain't hear it, so I didn't know they had an unreleased album on. So
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I remember seeing the post. I'm like, okay, they had a new album that was re-releasing, but
Right. Yeah, man. Okay. What else? What else? 1991 was a good year in hip hop, man. Like
it
Niggas for
was.
Life, Death
Mhm.
Certificate, Low End Theory, De La Soul is Dead, Nature of a Sister.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hell, I'm gonna give you one better. Kid Capri, The Tape. What y'all know about that?
Yeah.
Billy's.
Early mixtape, early mixtape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. Like, see, Kid Capri, man. He's also DJ that can rap too, man. He can bust down
Yeah.
on the mic and shit.
Facts.
See, this is a hip hop podcast right here. This ain't no. This is so people still talking about the whole Jay-Z Grammy speech and
Oh
whatnot too.
God. What he
Kelly
said was
Rowland.
right. I mean, I like it and I don't like it. I like it because what he should have did was get up on stage, accept the award from Dre, and tell the Grammy committee, "This is the last time you ever gonna see me and my wife on this show until you get it right." And then he should have walked off. But while you're holding the Grammy award, you're sitting there throwing shade at them, and that's what I don't understand. It's like if you really want to make a statement, don't take the award. Protest. You know what I'm saying? There's been many years where him and Beyonce didn't show up for the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like take a stand. It's like what do you do? Like what side are you on? Are you accepting the Grammy or are you not accepting the Grammy? Because if you're trying to if you're it's like it almost sounded like he was trying to throw shade at Will Smith. Oh well, they protested but it didn't go well or some shit like that. He said.
No, it wasn't shade. It was just like he was talking about from a young man's perspective. But then he mentioned in the speech that when he did it, now he understood why they watched the Grammys and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
But
Because
why wasn't
sometimes
he? But so he wasn't showing up all those years because he felt like they didn't get it right.
who?
Jay.
I mean, I can't speak for Jay Z though. I can't really. Cause I know the DMX he didn't show up for that because he boycotted that.
Right. But I mean, look how many years they've been getting it wrong. Busta Rhymes, Snoop Dogg, Nas. Oh, there's a many others that they didn't get nominated often or they didn't win at all. You know what I'm saying? Why is Nas just winning the Grammy now in what was it like 2022 he won for King's Disease? Why is he just getting his first Grammy now when he should have had like at least 6 or 7 on his mantelpiece? Busta Rhymes, he should have had 50 Cent. He never won a Grammy. Come
He
on,
lost to
Get Rich or Die Trying, classic. That should have swept the Grammy Rap Awards.
Guess who he lost the best new artist to?
Who?
Evanescence.
50 Cent? Uh, yeah, they
That
fucked up. And I like Evanescence, but nah.
Yeah,
50 Cent should have been best new artist of the year.
but Evanescence don't have a star on the Walk of Fame and
Right?
shit.
Exactly. Here you go throwing shade. Here you go throwing.
well,
I ain't
well,
say throw shade with throwing shade. I'm just saying 50 Cent should have had a couple Grammys.
who am I throwing shade to?
Evanescence.
I mean, it's fact. How's that shade? It's facts. Show me where the
I,
star is.
I like Evanescence. I'm just saying for that award, 50 Cent should have won that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't nominate him for the massacre. Like how many hit songs came off of that album? You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch. But my thing is, pick a side, Jay. If you're gonna totally boycott the Grammys, then don't accept the award. And I understand why he did it because it's Dr. Dre. Him and Dre are friends. Then you should have been like, I'm gonna accept this award from Dre, but I'm not coming to the Grammys no more until y'all get it right. At least get it half right. The fact that Michael Moore could win that rap album award over Kendrick, nah, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So you can't accept the award and be like, okay, let me throw shade. It's like if I'm in your house as a guest and you serve me food that you serve me dinner that night, and then I'm like, oh, Reg, by the way, this food sucks,
I
but I'm
would
still
kick
eating
your
it
ass
anyway.
up.
But I'm still eating. But I'm still eating the food anyway. Oh, this food is not the best ever, but I'm still eating it anyway in your house. Make up your mind. You know what I'm saying? So at that part, I didn't like. But what he
You
said,
know,
what he was saying was true. Get it right because they fucked up for many years. And like I've always said, hip hop is the biggest movement on this planet. It is the biggest genre. When you have when you can have pop stars and R&B stars cross over into the genre, that should tell you something.
it's funny. I just finished recording my latest episode on Did the Grammys Get It Right for the 1990 eight. I mean, not 1997 rap albums and stuff like that too. And I said that's one of the few times they actually got it right. You know,
In what year?
1997. Let me double check.
97? Who wanted to know?
Yeah.
They got it wrong. Wu Tang, remember, Wu Tang lost to Puff Daddy when
No,
Only B
no,
jumped on the stage.
not that one, not that one. It was a year
Who was
before.
90?
Hold
Who won in
on,
97?
give me one. I got. Hold on, give me 1 second. Best rap album, Fuji's The Score.
In 97? Oh,
Yeah,
they got it right. They got it right. Damn it, they had to for that
that's I,
1 year. That 1 year is
and I
not
said
enough
that's
though. Hip hop been here for 50 years. 1 year is not enough. It
that's
needs to
why
be right every year. It shouldn't just be okay. Well, we're gonna get it right every 10 years. They got it right this year with Killer Mike. And I heard people saying, "Oh, Killer Mike." I think what's that podcast? The podcast with the four guys, rap
dead end.
roundtable, rap roundtable. Yeah, they were saying that nobody was bumping that album, and I disagree. I was bumping that album.
What?
Yes, they said that on their podcast.
You mean dead end hip hop or?
No, not Dead in Hip Hop. Rap Roundtable said that. I saw it. They were saying that
Well,
nobody was bumping that album, and I totally disagree.
well, I wasn't bumping Travis Scott's album, so what's up?
But I'm not a Travis Scott fan, but I was definitely bumping Killer Mike's album, and we didn't just start bumping Killer Mike last year because he came out with Michael.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? Like again, like if you're gonna say shit like that, that
factual.
automatically is telling me like, oh, you're thinking regional. Oh, well, you're not bumping Killer Mike because what? He's from down south.
Knowing this
What
nigga did
other
songs.
excuse would you have not to bump that album? It can't just be all about Nas, because Nas ain't coming out every year with an album. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, one of the best albums from last year, Larry June and Alchemist. Larry June is from the West Coast. I didn't have no problem bumping his album and saying to me it was top three of last year. You know what I'm saying?
They,
So yes, Killer Mike's album was fire. I was bumping it, and I think I'm glad that he won. I'm like they got it right for him, but it has to be every year. It can't be well we're gonna get it right this year for Killer Mike, and then next year we're gonna fuck it up and give it to Jack Harlow or some shit or Drake or you know what I'm saying? It has to be consistent, and I agree with what that part. I agree with what Jay Z is saying. Get it at least half right.
right.
Christian said, if I was Jay Z, which one rapper would I drop from my label? I would have dropped Bleak. I would have dropped Bleak. I would have kept State Property, kept Dipset, kept Kanye, and dropped Bleak because he didn't do shit for them. He wasn't pulling in. Let's be real. He wasn't pulling in numbers for them, and he only stayed around even now because that's Jay Z's boy. He lived in the same projects with them, but he wasn't selling multi platinum.
He said that shit with a quickness.
What did yes, because that's who came to mind. Now he's asking you the same question.
Mm, yeah. As much as I like Bleak, yeah, I have to go with Bleak
I
too.
mean, the obvious answer would have been Emil, but Emil only had one album. She didn't get really a fair,
And,
you know,
and she left the label too.
right. She didn't really get a fair, deal. You know what I'm saying? They had Christian. Christian dropped the Ghetto, was it Ghetto Seriano or something? They one
Yeah.
album and then they left. They broke up and he kept Alan Anthony and then the other guy left. And then Rel never even dropped the album. But why you had Rel on the label and he never even dropped the album? But yeah, I would have dropped Bleak. Killer Mike album was fire. I don't know what Rap Roundtable was saying. They saying that nobody was bumping it, and I don't agree with that. Maybe they wasn't bumping it, but I definitely was bumping it. As Reg sleeps on his live stream.
I was asleep. I was just thinking about some shit.
Reg, did you bump the album? Did you bump the Killer Mike album?
I bought it.
Oh, you bought it. Okay.
Mm,
How many times did you like? How many times would you say last year you bumped it?
I say about a solid 4 to 5 times.
Okay. So you know the album.
Yeah.
So again, I guess us two only make 2% of people that was actually bumping that album last year.
I want to figure out who these motherfuckers are. I never really watched Rap Roundtable like that.
Yeah, they've been on platforms I've been on, I've been a part of, and sometimes I agree with what they say, sometimes I don't. But the fact that they could get on there and say that nobody was bumping the Killer Mike album, and I totally disagree with that because like why my whole thing is when you say that, why do you feel like nobody was bumping it? Because if you're making it a regional thing, then that already people should just ignore them for saying that. It should never be about a region. You know what I'm saying? We lost two legendary rappers because of a regional feud. So it can't be about region no more. So if you feel like the album was whack, then come out on your live stream and say, yo, I think the Killer Mike album was whack and he shouldn't have won the Grammys. Like to
Talk your shit.
assume that the hip hop community that nobody was bumping Killer Mike's album is just ridiculous because I don't believe that. Yeah, I know people that was bumping that shit.
That's wild as fuck. It's like niggas still do the same regional bullshit all the time.
And for what? We don't own this land anyway. So you fighting over region for what? This land is not ours.
Do you see motherfucking R&B doing that shit?
They don't do that. They don't do that in
You,
rock.
you don't, do
No,
you see the
nobody will ever say, "Oh, I can't fuck with Bon Jovi because he's from Jersey." That's Jersey rock. No, they don't say that shit in rock and roll
do you see
ever.
OJ's do you see OJ's beefing with the Temptations?
You know what I mean? No, nobody ever hated on Motown and said, "Oh, Motown, they from Detroit. We can't fuck with Detroit R&B. That's Detroit R&B." They don't do that. This is the only genre where somebody, an artist, where an artist is from, people hate on it, and for what? That makes no sense. I don't get it. Killer Mike had one of the best albums of the year last year, but yeah, I'm glad that he won. It was somebody different, somebody that deserved it. Other than I don't know how Travis Scott fans feel like he should have won it over Killer Mike.
Like they are in the uproar, and Travis is not making it any better.
Even if that's the case, even let's say Utopia was a good album, and they felt like he should have won. Travis Scott is young enough to come back and win it again. Killer Mike might never get this opportunity again. This late in his career, he might never ever be nominated for a Grammy again. So even if that's the case, let him get his shine now. So he could take to his grave like, yo, I'm a Grammy winner. I got this Grammy for one of my best albums of my career, and that's it. I don't listen to Travis Scott. I'm just saying, even if that's the case, he's gonna have many more opportunities than Killer Mike. You know, let Killer Mike have his shine.
Exactly. You lost, so deal with it.
They in the uproar. Like, so are they gonna boycott the Grammys now?
Hmm. That's a good question.
I mean, because I
They,
mean, we could do without Travis Scott at the Grammys. It don't matter to me. I thought his performance was whack anyway. Right? So,
my nigga was trying to recreate the Montgomery Brawl and shit.
right? Why,
And then he was like, then he threw shade at the girl talking about, y'all done slept on me 2 times or some shit like that.
bro? This is about like it's not even hip hop. Like music in general. When you come on here, you know how many like how many reviews me and Reg has done about the Beatles, Cream, the Doors, Rolling
Cheer,
Stones. We've done
cheers.
all type of genre. Yo, I'm talking about like this music, not
Yeah,
music,
I
but
know, I
just music. We've done all type of genres. And growing up in a household, it was many different sounds in my household. So I don't see region. When I play Sade, I don't see region. When you listen to Elton John or Queen, I don't see region. Music is music. It's like I love all types of music, and when it comes to hip hop as well. But for some reason, you have some of these knuckleheads in the hip hop community still now that could do a live stream and say, "Oh, well, nobody was bumping Killer Mike's album because they didn't think it was that good." So it's we back to this whole shit about, oh well, it's all about Nas now. Nas album was great. Magic 3 was great. Magic 2 was good, but there were other great albums last year besides Magic 2 and 3.
right.
So we gotta be fair about that. We can't just overlook an artist because he's from a certain region and say, oh well, nobody in the hip hop community was bumping that album. That's untrue. But I agree with what Jay Z said. Like my whole thing is he should have took a strong stance. Like if you're gonna take this award, don't show up next year until they get it right. Until they get it right, we don't want to see Jay. We don't want to see Beyonce or Blue Ivy there. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to protest, then do the protest like Jazzy Jeff and Will. They had no choice. Salt and Pepper, they had to protest. All of those artists at that time. So if you're gonna take a stance and call them out on their show, then don't show up. So then everybody can follow suit because Jay Z has a lot of power in the industry and people will follow what he do. So make it a thing where we ain't showing up. All the rap artists ain't showing up to Grammys. We gonna boycott it until they get it right, and that's how you get their attention. And let's see if it
Right.
changes after that.
Interesting. I mean,
You know what I'm
it's,
saying? And I fuck with Rap Roundtable. I'm just saying I don't agree with what they were saying about nobody was bumping Killer Mike's album because you got two people here that was bumping his album, and I would gladly
right.
go on their show and tell them my favorite tracks and what I thought about the album. It's nothing.
I'm staying on for a couple more minutes and read some comments. Christian said, y'all listened to Alice in Chains 3 days ago. I love Alice in Chains.
See, and yeah, we did a review on that. I forgot what was the name of the album, the one we did.
Dirt.
Yeah, the Dirt album. I liked some of the songs. I didn't like the whole album. I remember saying that. you know. But we're
Yeah.
versatile on here. This is what it's about. It's about music in
Mm,
general and not, pigeonholing yourself to one genre or a box. Because truthfully, I love Mob Deep. I love Wu Tang. I can't listen to them every day, all day. I like other shit.
here comes the rooster. It's my joint though. What? I'm not. This might be a controversial opinion, but I feel like
Mhm.
Alice in Chains Dirt might be the best grunge album of all time.
I disagree. I think now you're tired. You need to go to bed now. The live stream is over. You're ending this. You're shutting this shit
No,
down.
no,
It's time
no.
to go to bed.
Hear,
There's
hear,
no
hear
way
me
hell
out.
you cannot stay that with a straight face. Not when you got Pearl Jam 10. Not when you got
Okay.
Nirvana. Nevermind.
In
Sonic
Utero is
Youth.
better.
Huh? In
I,
utero.
yeah, In Utero. I,
Better than what?
let me see. I feel like In Utero is better than Nevermind though,
Some people like it
and
more than I
and
think
that's like
it's
that's my second grunge favorite grunge album.
you're tired right now. I know.
I'm not. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Alice in Chains' Dirt was like the most soulful grunge music ever, in my opinion. They were just definitely in their feelings, just talking about the world and stuff like that, talking about their personal struggles. Like Rooster itself was talking about the Vietnam War. You know, his I think his grandfather experienced in the Vietnam War or some shit like that too. You know, but I've always fucked with Alice in Chains though. I fucked with them more than
Okay.
Pearl Jam.
You just told
But
me you love the 10 album. You thought that was a classic album.
I do. I love 10. I love Pearl Jam, but it's to me it's the first three albums. Everything after that is kind of hit or miss for me.
Hmm. Okay. So do you think Dirt is the best grunge album ever?
Ever.
Wow. Okay.
My
So
second favorite
tomorrow
is
you won't say that. Tomorrow will be a different album.
my second is Nirvana's In Utero. That's my second favorite grunge album.
In utero.
In Utero.
I love how you just fuck up people's names on here, bro.
How the fuck people think?
Man.
But yeah, man. You know what's an but you know what's another underrated alternative group at that time?
Mhm.
Fucking Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, they were dope.
Yeah, man.
I know
That
some of these songs. I wasn't like a huge fan of Jane, but I know some of these songs.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan either, but I feel like they're pioneers of what they do because
Right.
while everybody was hair metal or thrash metal, they were just like a groovy kind of group. You know what I'm saying? I can't even explain it. Like a very, they were like the if you mix Talking
Yeah.
Heads
Mm.
with the Annie Lennox's group Eurythmics.
The the Eurythmics.
Eurythmics, yeah. If you mix Talking Heads with the Eurythmics, that's what you get with Jane's Addiction.
Sam says that Alice in Chains is more metal than grunge.
I can respect that. A lot of people said that too.
Okay.
Ooh.
You don't have to be from Jamaica to like reggae. You know that, right? Man.
But speaking of rock music, yeah, 80s rock. It wasn't people always fuck with underestimate 80s rock because it wasn't just hair metal. You had your thrash metal.
Hmm.
You had hell. You had like your blues rock, like your Stevie Ray Vaughan and stuff like that.
Right.
And then like you had your don't even get me started on that post punk shit like The Cure, Sonic Youth, Pixies. Ooh, niggas do not talk about the Pixies and shit. And you know what's crazy? We did Rollins band Bad Brains. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it
that
wasn't
band was
just
dope. That was a dope. That was a good suggestion by Sam because I never had listened to that band before, and
yeah,
I enjoyed their stuff.
yeah, man. Living Color.
Living Color, yeah.
And the way how I characterize hair metal is how hip hop characterized like the late '90s with the whole shiny suit era and
Uh-huh.
stuff like that too. Because as good as the '80s were, there's always a gem in the late '90s and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can think of a lot of classic rock albums that came out in the '80s, like Eric Clapton's Journeyman album, the
Mhm.
Rolling Stones' Tattoo You,
Yeah.
James Addiction's Nothing Shocking. Hell, if you were talking about hair metal alone, Def Leppard with Pyromania and Hysteria, Motley Crue with their first album, and Dr. Feelgood. You know what I'm saying? Bon
Mhm.
Jovi, Slippery When Wet. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Cause nigga be like, oh, hair metal. Yeah, because there was some trash hair metal. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
like Poison, Winger. What's that one group? Scorpions, Rat. I didn't care for them.
Thank you.
Yeah, but like I liked. Go ahead.
Kristen is asking which one is worse, Van Halen 3 or Balance?
Oh, nothing's bad as Van Halen 3.
Did we
That's
cover that?
oh no, that's post David Lee Roth.
Okay.
I'm not
Oh yeah, I didn't hear
touching.
those. So I can't give you an answer. I only heard the
We
David Lee Roth stuff.
we did that in a discography breakdown, and you didn't like that album either.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, because I feel like Balance was underrated.
Yeah, Living Color, the Vivid album cover was dope. I definitely like that.
Right.
All the different colors on that.
All right, I'm staying for 5 more minutes, y'all. But what's your top 10 rock groups?
We're supposed to be doing that next. Is it this year? We doing that or next year?
Oh yeah, we are.
It's supposed to be
Okay.
like top 100 rock albums or something. Like
Yeah, that's gonna be farther down the line.
My
I'm
list,
not
my
ready.
list is done by the way. So
Of
we'll
course it
see.
is.
My
I can
top
already.
10 rock, like when you say rock, like rock for me, I'm thinking like alternative rock. I'm not thinking like heavy metal or the hair bands. So
That's rock too.
my list is gonna be different than your list.
Like that's rock. Heavy metal, blues rock.
Yeah, okay, like Green Day gotta be on there. Green Day, Foo Fighters. I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan.
Okay.
Paramore. Um, I like Aerosmith. I do like that Aerosmith breakdown we did. I got a chance to listen to all
Oh,
their albums and like I know you like early Aerosmith, but I like '90s Aerosmith also. They had like the big anthems in the '90s.
okay.
You didn't
Let,
like
let me
Aerosmith?
let, let me clarify something right now.
Okay.
Let me clarify something with quote unquote America's favorite band.
Hmm.
Aerosmith has the most inconsistent discography in
I
rock
disagree.
history.
I
Let me
disagree.
explain. Let me explain,
The most
please.
inconsistent.
Bro, try, please.
Okay.
Let me. Their first album was a Led Zeppelin ripoff. I'm just gonna say it right now. I like
Okay.
Dream On, but to me, Dream On felt like Stairway to Heaven. I'm just gonna be real with you. But their shit from '74 to '76, like the Get Your Wings, Toys in
Mhm.
the Attic, and
Right.
Rocks, especially Toys in the Attic and Rocks, their best shit. But then drugs happened. They had personnel changes. They dropped some of their worst shit. I did not like Draw the Line from '77, Neither Rut. I didn't like, they were trying to do some techno shit. Joe Perry left the group. Then Joe Perry came back and they dropped, in my personal opinion, their most underrated album, 1985's Done with Mirrors, which to
Mhm.
me, that's their heavy metal album right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But niggas be like, oh, we don't like this. Is too dark for me because they were pussies at that time. Because this was around the MTV era. So what did Aerosmith do? They did Dude Looks Like a Lady. They dropped Permanent Vacation, which I felt like that album was okay. I felt like that was a
Right.
good album. But then they dropped Pump. I was like, okay, this is the right balance.
Hmm.
This is the right balance between the original shit and the MTV era. Because I
Right.
love Loving the Elevator. I
Yeah.
love Janie's Got a Gun.
Hmm.
I love those joints. But then to
Big
me,
anthems.
yes, that was their last great album. Because when they dropped Get a Grip,
You bugging?
that was the big.
What?
That was no. Let me explain.
Mm.
Get a Grip was the beginning of polished Aerosmith. It's like crazy, and it's crazy because I like the song. Like I like Crazy, but it's like this is the beginning of the cringy soccer mom bands like crying, amazing.
But they were good at it though. That's why they kept doing it.
Then,
Guns N'
but
Roses
give me
got ballads too. Don't act like Guns N'
wait.
Roses don't got Sweet
No, wait a
Emotion.
minute. Excuse me.
Got Sweet Emotion. Famous shit.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine.
But
They
Sweet
got
Emotion
ballads, so
wasn't
don't act like Guns N'
sweet.
Roses don't got no
No,
ballads.
let me explain Guns N' Roses. But let me finish on Aerosmith first. But see, it's just Aerosmith just became cringy. Then they dropped that "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing" song, which I feel like is
Oh
the
my
worst rock
god,
song ever.
you bugging? What?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
most
man.
cringiest rock song, really? Compared to
Yes,
what?
I hate this.
Nah, man.
Like, I'd rather listen to Captain and Tennille, man. Like,
Have you heard of Blink 182 album? That
yeah,
that some that should be cringy.
but that's what's supposed to be because it's a satire of boy bands. That's supposed to be cringy. But let's get to Guns N' Roses because you mentioned Guns N' Roses. But let me tell you something with Guns N' Roses. They did ballads, yes, but they didn't do ballads often. You know what I'm saying? Think
Rock
about it.
ballads are good. If they can
I
do it, if they can pull it off,
try.
then
I never said rock ballads were bad. I never said
yeah,
that, but
but
the way
it's
how
like you're saying it like, oh, what they had better rock, but they didn't do it often. They had better rock ballads.
dude, I love their ballad. I love Dream On. I just felt
Uh,
like it was a Led Zeppelin ripoff. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was Steven Tyler's best singing moment.
mm,
Like what's another ballad they've done? Shit. They did this one ballad in the Pump album. But I gotta go back to it, but it's just that with 1993, that was when they were just trying to be more sleazier and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, with Guns N' Roses, like for every sweet child of mine, you have something like November Rain, but November Rain itself was like a very classical ballad where you can feel the emotion. It wasn't just like phoned in or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. Red Hot Chili Peppers, they like one of my favorites.
They have very great ballads. Under the Bridge.
Yes, definitely love that.
That's
Um,
actually what made me a Red Hot Chili Peppers
oh,
fan,
it was
honestly.
that song.
Yeah.
Uh, who else? Linkin Park. Yeah, somebody mentioned Linkin Park in the chat. Linkin
Love
Park, but
them.
Linkin Park. The thing with them, they only got like one true hard rock album. Like when you listen to the Hunting Party, that's like their one true hard rock album. Everything else was like new metal. They even had like a album to like that with some EDM on it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, Linkin Park is one of my favorites. Paramore, Smashing Pumpkins. It's a lot. You know
You
what
like
I'm saying?
Smashing Pumpkins?
Huh?
You like Smashing Pumpkins?
Yes, I like Smashing Pumpkins. Why is that surprising?
I'm surprised. Wow.
What you mean? What you
I
talking
never
about?
would have.
I
I
said it
never
on here
took.
before.
And I was probably never listening.
No, he's
To me, let me.
mm.
Smashing Pumpkins.
You don't like Smashing Pumpkins?
Let me explain. I like some songs, but I personally feel like Billy Corgan kind of fucked up the group.
What you how? He's old. That's the leader. How you fuck up the group?
Yeah, but he's still the. But he had a lot of ego. Well, all the members had ego issues, and I can't really just place all the blame on Billy, but it was just like I just never liked his personality. He just comes across as a fucking schmuck. Like, oh.
Oh my lord.
But I love that song 1979.
Mm,
That's like one of the most perfect songs from that era.
right.
But you know what's an underrated rock group?
Ooh,
Blind Melon.
I never listened to them. I
Oh
remember
my
them. I never listened to
god.
them.
Look at the look at their Woodstock 94 performance. You're
Okay.
gonna be amazed by their talent. Q
Oh
said,
my.
what about Metallica?
I'm not a fan. That's him. That's his group.
Oh,
That's
okay.
his group.
Metallica. Oh boy. Okay.
Miguel
Now,
Miguel Kino Hosa. Salute. He said, glad I stumbled on this live stream.
we're glad you're here. Alright, this is gonna be the last one before I go to bed because I
Don't
gotta
don't
go
let
to
Reg
work.
say your name out because you're gonna fuck it up.
I'm just gonna call him Miguel because I know I'm gonna fuck it
Yeah.
up. Um, okay, Metallica. Now you guys know I'm a huge Metallica fan, but I have to draw the line. So the Cliff Burton era is literally my favorite era of Metallica, like Kill 'Em All,
Right.
Ride the Lightning, and of course Master of Puppets.
Okay.
And this era was so good. Thrash metal fans often call Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets the two single best thrash metal albums of all time.
Wow.
But tragically, we lost Cliff Burton, and then they dropped the Injustice for All because they added Chris
Mm,
to the group. But the thing with
right.
that album, yeah, that album was okay, but the
Right.
bass was lacking. They didn't really mix the bass right on the album.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? But then you thought they were over, but then they dropped the Black Album, self-titled.
right.
Now, here's my thing with the self-title. I hate when motherfuckers say, "Oh my God, that album they went commercial. I hate Enter Sandman. I hate Nothing Even Matters." Let me tell you, the Black Album is one of the greatest albums in music history. Let me just say that.
Right. Right.
When I first heard Enter Sandman, you'll never know where I heard that song from.
Was it a movie?
VH1 100 Greatest Songs of the 90s.
Oh, dope.
So they ranked this number 18. So,
Mm,
I didn't know shit about Metallica. I didn't know shit about no fucking metal. I was a hip hop kid.
Right.
It's an R&B kid, and all of a sudden I heard that ding, 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 ding. I was like, what the fuck is that? And all of a sudden I heard this shit talking about and tonight, off to
And
never, never
tonight.
night.
Yes.
Take my
That's
hand,
been in
off
movies and
to
stuff.
never, never land. It was a very dope track. That to me, my favorite Metallica song. But then they had like a lot of shit. Like Bob Rock's best work as a producer is on that
Mm,
album. But then that was their peak. When they came with Load and Reload,
mm.
I didn't like that. And then the less said about Saint Anger, the better. You know, the less said about the collab with Lou Reed, the better. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I like REM. I like the Out of Time album and Monster,
Never
but
liked
I'm still getting into the other albums. Huh? I know you can't
never.
stand REM. Not a
Nah,
fan. He's not a fan of REM, and I wasn't at
nah.
one point either. But shit, people change over time.
I get their influence. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, but I just never got their music. I can respect them as legends compared to other rock groups. You know.
Billy Joel,
Um.
favorite Billy Joel album, The
Oh.
Stranger. Love
Oh.
that album.
Q. Good question. Q. My favorite is 52nd Street. Second is The Stranger. Third is the Innocent Man.
Rage Against the Machine, Battle of Los Angeles for me. That's my favorite one.
Damn. First album,
The first album. I'm about to say they only got three, right?
but they're all
Which,
good.
yeah, they all good, you're right? Evil Empire was great. I like that one too.
That- it's like with groups like Rage Against the Machine and Nirvana, it's
Mhm.
hard picking a favorite album from them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
You
like
think
they're all
so?
good. Yeah.
Not, I think it's easier when they have like three, four albums compared to like a whole discography and stuff.
Well, even some artists to me, like
Mm,
some artists to me, when it comes to the whole discography, it's kind of hard picking a favorite album sometimes.
right.
Hell, people be surprised when it comes to Madonna. Her shit from '89 to '98. A lot of people surprised
That's
that
a best.
Erotica is my favorite album from Madonna.
Really.
Yes.
And that to me is the best shit like from the 80s to 90s and then 2000s she
Yeah.
just went down.
Went downhill, downhill,
Yeah.
downhill.
Really fast. Like right after the music album, she just plummeted.
And I don't even like the music album.
Right. But I remember like she got a Grammys for that album and it seemed like right after that she started making crap.
But she didn't get no Grammys for Erotica or Bedtime Stories though.
Again, they fucked it up. You know.
But Taylor Swift gets 4 Grammys for album of the year, right?
I don't
Okay.
I feel
Alright.
like Taylor Swift is overrated, bro.
Alright.
I know people that love her. I'm like, I don't get Taylor Swift. I think she's overrated as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
listened to one Taylor Swift album. That was the 1989 album. It was dope, but it wasn't enough to be like, yo, like she deserves all these Grammys every year. And this is why Beyonce never won the album of the year because of Taylor Swift. Everything she come out with, they immediately they nominate her.
Hmm. Alright, I'm gonna answer one more person.
What's
What
your
do you think
thoughts on
about
that singer called Jewel? Jewel, I know some
I
of her
hate her.
songs. I wasn't a huge Jewel fan.
I hate her.
You hate her?
Never liked her music.
Oh man.
Alright, y'all. And on that note, I'm gonna end the stream off right here. So this has been a very dope review. So tomorrow we're gonna do Betty the Butcher's new album Everywhere I Go. It's gonna be tomorrow at
See
midnight.
now they listen to that. Rap
What?
Roundtable, they listen to that album. I didn't hear nobody on that platform saying, "Oh, this is not a great album." But
That's
they were quick to shit on Killer Mike's album. Man.
the bias is killing me. But yeah, also too, this Sunday we're gonna continue on with the Destiny Child discussion, talking about the mega popular but also controversial Writing on the Wall album. You know what I'm saying? So
Hopefully, it's good.
well, I say it's my second
I
favorite
like the
album.
first one. First one was dope. Hopefully, the second one is good.
I told you, try. I got powers, man. I got powers.
I don't know what it is, but hopefully, it's good.
Cause you were saying all this rah rah shit talking about.
I
I
mean,
was gonna
because
listen.
I never listened to the album. So what my natural reaction to these albums is what you getting because it's first time listening for me.
I know.
You know what I mean? So hopefully it's good. I gotta say hopefully because I'm like, yeah, one album was good. I don't know about the rest of the discography.
Shit. Also, next week, as far as movie reviews go, we're gonna do the Blazing Saddles movie review. Like I said, it's on Netflix, HBO Max. It stars my nigga Gene Wilder, Cleveland Little, Harvey Korman. You know what I'm saying? It's a satire.
That's gonna be a first time watch because I never watched that movie. So
All I'm gonna tell you, try is like that one scene where that old lady told that dude, "Up yours, nigga." I'll let y'all know what day it is. Also, the Family Matters series retrospective is gonna be the last week of February. Yes. Another thing too, we got the collection video is gonna be the last week of March. So yeah,
the Cranberries, was you a fan of the Cranberries?
I never heard of. What song did
Cranberries.
they do?
They had a song called Zombie.
How did it go?
You want me? You want me to sing it?
I mean, you can
It's,
just say the. You don't have to sing. You just say the
it's
lyrics.
Zombie, Zombie. Yeah, you gotta hear the song. I mean, matter of fact, I'll send you the song.
Okay.
Right? The leader of the Cranberries, she died. They had
Oh,
a female singer. She passed away a couple years ago.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you know the song when you hear it though. It was everywhere
Okay.
in your head. Zombie, right? That's part of the lyrics, and they actually played it. If you saw Army of the Dead, they played that. They played the song in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
send
was
it to
like
me.
nineties rock.
Got you. Yeah, send it to me. I'll probably take a listen
All
to
right.
it. All right, y'all. So, anything you have to say before we head out?
If you're on Spotify, I just dropped the Usher playlist for the Super Bowl weekend. 45 tracks plus a bonus. There's classic records, there's some remixes, some collabs, some of the underrated album cuts that he has in his discography. There was a lot. Usher has a lot of stuff. I don't know what he's gonna perform at the Super Bowl at halftime, but I said to get people ready for the Super Bowl this weekend, I'm gonna do a playlist, my first ever playlist on Spotify. Check it out. You can find me on Triborough underscore Gigolo, and it's called the A Town Down Usher playlist. 45 tracks. It's all banging. And I'm gonna do special playlists like for different artists. You know what I'm saying? So I got some coming up for next month and the rest of the year. But I want to do something special for the Super Bowl, and Usher's one of my favorite artists in R&B. So I did a whole Usher playlist that people are checking out.
That's dope. I
So
can't
if
wait
you
to
got
hear that shit.
Spotify, uh just type in Triborough. It'll come up in my face and the playlist is on there. And then we got something coming special for Super Bowl Sunday on my channel. I'm gonna drop it that Super Bowl afternoon before the game. So stay tuned for that.
And I just thought of something.
What's up?
If I don't work that day, I might do some deliveries because they be paying money for Super Bowl deals.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I'm having a little Super Bowl get together in my crib with some friends, and
hell
we have
yeah.
some pizza, some wings and stuff, and some good. Hopefully the game is good. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's a good game.
Yeah, I don't care about the game. I just want to see that shit.
Everybody wants to see the non-casual fans want to see Usher, but I want to see like a good game with the Niners and Chiefs. So yeah,
Well, all right, try. Well, I hope you have a good night, boss.
you too, man.
Uh, y'all make sure y'all get this Erick Sermon album. It's out of print. It's not that
Yes.
hard to come by. So, peace.